So we welcome in Willard and Dibs into this show for a little changeover. What's happening, boys?
What's cooking?
Not much.
That's not true.
Nothing much.
Not much.
Such a liar.
That's not true at all.
I know, you're good. What happened to your coffee mug? Did you drop that thing? It's got a savage dent on it.
Draymond was here.
Yeah.
Seriously. Thought I'd lead with the coffee mug.
Yeah, I dropped this a couple of years ago, but it still works.
My driver's
Yeah.
like that.
Oh,
I
yeah.
got a big old bang in the back of the driver, and somehow it still works. Or maybe it just doesn't matter because I'm not very good. I don't know which.
Yeah,
but
you're just fine. You're just
I'm
fine.
all right.
You can stripe it. I've seen it. I've seen it up
Hi,
close
Tiger.
and personal. Yeah. How about Tiger, huh? Did you see that story?
Yes,
Oh, the
I
girl.
did.
Yeah, so he breaks up with his girlfriend,
Oh, yeah.
and he has an NDA, a non-disclosure agreement, and part of the NDA was that she got tenancy, I think, through the breakup for a certain amount of time. And so in order to subvert the tenancy, he tells her they're going on a vacation. She packs her bags, goes to the airport, only to find out there's no vacation. And when she tries to go back to the homestead, he has changed the locks.
Wow.
She is locked out.
Possession.
Tiger Woods, my God, of all the great gifts,
oh.
interpersonal relationships, not among them.
What about the Sean Kemp story? Sean Kemp's in jail
Right,
for a
drive-by.
possible drive-by shooting.
I mean,
Sean Kemp?
you guys had a very.
I don't know what to say.
I thought you had a very in-depth and honest, great discussion about firearms in America. And normally, I don't like politicized
I don't
radio in
try
my
it,
sports
yeah.
talk,
Yeah,
but the
we
way
don't
you
do
guys
that.
went about it, I really enjoyed it. And it was an offshoot of your guest from Memphis,
Evan Barnes.
Thank you, Evan Barnes. I didn't want to get his name wrong because he was really good. And just, the John Morant story, and then you guys kind of grew that out into Firearms in America. Now we have Sean Kemp, a legendary basketball player, involved in a drive-by. I mean, it's just it's mind-boggling.
Yeah, the other thing that goes through my mind is and I think we bring this to the people we talk about now, people who are on current rosters in sports and whatnot. People are you can't just go, gosh, your life's great because you make a lot of money, however it looks from the outside. Everybody is going through something. Money does all those cliches.
Money doesn't insulate you
Money
from
doesn't
issues.
this, that, the other. You remember that show Broke years ago?
Oh, yeah.
Remember that documentary?
30 for 30.
Yeah, the 30 for 30.
Oof.
It's something I try to keep in mind all the time. And in fact, I feel like that conversation has been one that's come up a lot with Draymond Green through the years, if you think about it, where, or Andre Iguodala with vet men or whatever. We look at these guys and we're like, man, you shouldn't be mad or complaining about anything. And there's some truth to that. I think they know that at their core. But it doesn't mean just because they have the most amazing job in the world and a ton of money, it doesn't mean they're just all peaceful inside their brain.
Have you read?
That's not how it works.
Have you read Rich Dad Poor Dad?
No, I have not.
Basically, I mean, there's lots of different metaphors and things like that in there, and some people think it's whatever. I tend to think that there's some really good lessons that can be learned there. And one of the things that they say in there is that when you have the kind of income that the rich dad has, there's a lifestyle that accompanies that. And what ends up happening is they live even beyond their means because they want to keep up this facade and this lifestyle that is portrayed out there. They got to have the cars and the multiple homes that they can't afford and the boats and the suits. Whereas the farmer who's living underneath his means actually really does have millions of dollars because he saves every penny and he eats at home. And so their lifestyles are completely different. And so we talk about these athletes. How could someone go through Hammer? How could he go through $100 million? Quite easily, actually, if you're maintaining status and you get caught up in the intoxication of life.
Well,
not everyone's the same.
Don't we do this to, and everybody, if you're not the person, you have a friend or a family member that's got all kinds of dough, and you just expect them to pay for dinner every time, or you expect them to take care of
Sore
it.
subject in the Shasky household.
I mean,
Because you're the money man?
Well, because my brother never puts his elbow out. Yeah, he never reaches for his wallet. Yeah,
Deli
Pat, I know
boy?
you're listening.
Deli boy comes
Yeah.
up
I'm
just
with
giving him- I'm
alligator
giving him- I'm
arms?
giving him-
Well, I mean, but it's true, right?
does,
We
though.
do that. We do that. We sort of expect. It's
100%.
like you're going to get it because you're a millionaire and I'm only a 100,000 area or 50,000 area, whatever you make in a given year. We do that to people, and a lot of the people I know who make a whole lot of money, like, they save it.
Yeah.
They're
They're discerning.
They want to use coupons too.
Yeah.
They want to buy one, get one free also. And you look at them and you go, why? And it's because, like, it's amazing what you can put away in a given month if you're really, really focused on it. And I say that as someone who needs to do a damn better job myself.
Don't we all?
I mean,
Especially as you're filing your taxes and you're realizing how much is.
I haven't even done that yet. Yeah.
Yeah, I need to do taxes. Send me some money, man.
Thanks for reminding
All right,
me.
over under. 1.5 technicals combined for both teams tonight.
Oh, Joe, I mean, in the first
Combined?
quarter.
Exactly.
Oh, they'll take the over.
Tonight's
I'll
going to
take
be
the over.
wild, right?
Tonight should be.
Am I overhyping it?
No, I don't
No.
think so. Based on the fact that Brooks and Draymond have gone back and forth on various media platforms, and Draymond Green. You mentioned the whoop that trick game last time they were there. I think you mentioned that, Bonta. They lost by 39.
39.
And by the way, it wasn't
game.
that close.
No, they
That
were
game
down
wasn't
55
that
at one
close.
point.
Yeah, and so and the Warriors though have owned injuries. They've won 2 of the 2 games so far this year, and the Grizzlies are depleted in terms of their personnel. And Mark's going to play some sound later from Draymond in October, talking about which games he gets up for
yeah,
and
They
which
played
games
it.
he
Yeah,
doesn't.
yeah. Bonta played it too. You guys played it earlier.
Nice.
I sent it to Goo and Evan yesterday. Like, check this out on the shop. I don't get up for OKC. Which may explain why he grabbed 1 rebound the other day.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll get into this a little bit further, just about what is the right thing to say to your audience, your fans, or whatever. But so what about this? Just bring it to tonight, as you said. If the Warriors come out and play great tonight, isn't there a little piece of you? You'll be happy as a Warrior fan to come out, they win. But there's a little piece of you that's like, damn it, you
Waiting in the weeds.
right. Like,
Yeah,
why
laying in the-
can't you play? Why is it so hard to play hard 3 times a week?
Because they're
Why
defending
can you
champs.
only
It's
do
fair.
it?
They're
It's
defending
totally fair.
champs.
Why?
They're
Why?
defending champs.
Because it didn't used to be that way, and I don't think it is
Well,
that
you know
way
what?
in all sports.
You know what it was?
The football teams get up on a Thursday when they just played on Sunday.
Mark,
they try.
I kind of disagree with that.
Okay, why?
The 2018 year, the Warriors will play hard for 8 minutes a game. Now, they were so great because they had KD, Steph, Clay, and they were a lot younger, so they could do that. They literally played hard for 8 minutes. I would sit there at Oracle Arena. They go down 15, and the group thread, time to live bet the Warriors because now they're going to care. They needed a challenge.
I get that.
It's kind of the same attitude, but they're older.
But they're
they don't
not
have the
good
same
enough to do
athleticism,
that.
and they don't have Kevin Durant, but they still have the same mentality saying, we're the champs. We know when we get into a series, it's going to be tough to beat us 4 times. That's their mindset. Because they did the same. 2018 was a joke. Dibs, you remember? It was a joke talking about that team in the regular season.
I get that, but this team is not good enough, to do that. And I'm not even talking about chasing wins. I'm not saying you should go out and go full bore, 4 quarters, 82 games, and run yourself into the ground. But the comments he made back in October where you're literally like, he's saying, how do I even get excited for this? How do you get... Look, you can feel that. You're going to say that out loud to people who are spending so much money
Draymond
to
Green.
come see you perform.
I know.
Well, he told
Dibs
you-
liken this to other entertainment.
Right.
What if this were a musical?
Well, so-
and someone's
I'm
like,
glad you said
Did-
that.
The
you
guy
know,
playing Hamilton comes out.
Right.
Guys, just so you know, I'm going to miss notes on purpose tonight. I'm not going to do all the dance steps.
Yes.
I'm not feeling it, guys. Enjoy the show.
So have you guys ever seen Pitbull? Right?
Yeah, yeah.
Whatever your opinion is of Pitbull, when
Yeah.
you watch him
Everything
on
he
stage, you're
has.
like, this guy, wow, he is bringing
Brings
it. Right?
it.
Like, I'm
Everything he
so
has.
Brings it.
I don't even
Right.
love his music as much as others,
Right.
but I'm like, my respect level for Pitbull is through
yeah.
the
You
roof
seen-
because
seen-
I know he's trying his, you know
Oh, he
what?
gives you
off.
everything.
You
Right?
seen, you
Gives you
seen,
everything.
you seen Joe Coy on Netflix?
He's great.
Most
He's
recent.
Filipino. Of course, we've seen it in our house.
Okay,
Come on.
most recent
I
Netflix
love him.
special where he started to cry.
It's so good.
because he's telling the story of the first Netflix
Yep.
special that they didn't want. He had to actually go
Mm-hmm.
do it. He had to pay for it himself, and then after he did it, he brought it to Netflix. He's telling the whole story, and then they took it, and he's like, "They don't understand that I'm cut from a different cloth.
Yep.
I bring it every single time I'm out here," and it's like, even if you don't feel that. I get it. We're not basketball players. I don't know what that feels like on the body. But don't go tell everybody
That's the thing.
and call it this engine. You're going to refer to your body in the third person and tell me that it only start? Come on,
But
man.
Draymond Green told us in 2019. Yeah, that was the hitter right there, Pitbull. I had that album. Draymond Green told us in
so
2019-20.
I'm gathering timber.
There's no Steph. There's no Clay. I knew we were going to lose a lot of games.
You just can't. You can't
I
say
can't
that.
get up for that. You can't say it, but he said it multiple times.
He at least had the self-respect to not go out there and fake it. And what he did against OKC, and I didn't have a chance to be on yesterday. I had a little bit of the bubble guts. Your boy had the BGs. I was home. Inexcusable.
What was that?
Honestly, well, what it was a guy showing you exactly how he feels about Jordan Poole. And you can give me all the high fives and let me help you up and all the rest of it. But in that moment, and I heard you guys all yesterday, that was a microcosm of the division on this team between the vets and the younger players, because Draymond flashes for the ball, doesn't get it, immediately goes into sulk mode. It's a turnover, and nobody runs down the floor, basically. OKC had like 4 shots at the rim, too. It's inexcusable, but I think it shined a bright light on exactly what's broken. So, to your point, Mark, yes, come out and beat Memphis, and I think that they will. They're motivated.
Better.
Memphis is depleted, but to me, it's not something I'm going to put stock in as far as they're back, and all of a sudden now they're championship caliber.
However, Kevin Durant's out possibly 4 to 6 weeks.
That's true.
And we're yet to see Kevin Durant in front of fans at Chase Center.
What is it about Chase Center and KD?
Yeah, I don't know.
We're just robbed of that moment every year.
I'm disappointed. Monday was going to be a hot ticket.
I can't get one.
Monday was going to be a hot ticket.
Me either.
Unbelievable. Luka can't move right now. He's out.
What is that even?
Brandon Ingram gets hurt last night. Zion Williamson is not even close to returning.
Right. Steven Adams, 4 more weeks.
Reevaluated in the next 4 weeks. And the Warriors will get Gary Payton II and Andrew Wiggins back at some point. We don't know when, but they will come back. It feels like things can still fall into place for the Warriors to go to the finals.
Did you know that they're favored tonight?
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, because everyone's out.
Yeah.
Not everyone.
Well, for Memphis, like Ja and Steven Adams.
Sure.
Which is the
Ja was out last year. They went on a heater.
Wow.
Like, I mean, it's not, they can
Some people
play.
thought they were better without
Ewing
Ja.
effect.
Which was ridiculous.
Right.
But they can still play.
Mark,
they're going to be up for the Warriors get everybody's best shot.
Well, it's like when the Giants are playing and they get the best shot from USA team.
Oh, did you? Well, officially, the Giants are the best team in the world. No, they're the best team in the world. And did you hear the breaking news?
What, DeSclafani?
No.
Oh, the Rodon. We did.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Why are you smiling about that?
That's really.
Why am I smiling about it?
Yeah, that's really
because the
that's
Giants
mean-spirited.
No,
because
the Giants don't have to face him in the opening season. Opener.
I was about to come out and congratulate Farhan Zaidi and his crystal ball for being able to foretell that Carlos Rodon is damaged goods.
I would
They got the one good year out of him.
I just
and he had the Cy Young year.
2 years. That's what I didn't want to pay him.
Yeah.
It's a forearm strain. That's why
what I'm
I'm
saying.
chuckling.
Let's
It's
look
not
at it.
like a big
You know, a
deal.
forearm
He's
strain
fine.
is like it's like when you have a calf strain as a basketball player. It's a precursor. At
A
times.
forearm strain's not good. I'm going to tell you this right now. It's not good.
You know what else is not good? 5-year deals for starters. Anyway, go
The
ahead.
forearm's connected to the UCL.
Exactly.
So, and that's where, the forearm, if you get a strained forearm, the ligament, that can oftentimes turn into a Tommy John.
By the way, I just want to say this right now.
Doc Pandy, 11:30.
Fantasy baseball. Mitch Haniger's the guy to have on the Giants. I'm just saying it right now.
Why?
I just think he's going to be up a lot this year. And I like him driving in runs for this team. I actually really like Mitch Haniger for this team. Conforto is a flyer late. I would take him. If we're talking fantasy baseball, flyer late.
No, those guys, look.
I like Mitch Haniger. I think Mitch Haniger's having a
These
big
guys
year.
are
I actually
players.
bought the magazine the other day for the first time in a long
Let's
time.
go!
Oh, I've been in the
Let's
keeper
go!
league for over 15 years, and I'm a little disappointed because the last 3 years of fantasy, last 3 full seasons, I've come in first, second, and second. And I'm really bitter about coming in second place back-to-back years. Because guys
Is it
have gotten
draft
hurt.
or auction?
Draft. But we
I don't
keep
think
3
I've been in the
guys.
auction league.
Yeah,
Why
you don't
not
do
the
the
auction?
auction.
Why do you finish in second? Is it because you can't get up for the Tuesday games?
balance
No,
of
no,
those
I tell you
players is hard.
why. I tell you exactly why.
This
Ronald Acuna
agent
Jr.
can't be,
I tell you exactly why, and I'm pissed off.
This king cannot be
No.
expected to do this
I'm
7
the
days a
2
week.
years ago, Ronald Acuna Jr. tears his ACL in Miami. Season's cooked. My power hitter's gone. Last year, I wait out Fernando Tatis Jr. all season long, and then he gets popped with PEDs, and I have a giant-sized hole in my utility
Got to
spot.
stop drafting all those injury-prone players over there.
I
man.
mean, Ronald
Who do you
Acuna
think
Jr.,
you
see
are?
what he does?
The
He's an
walking
absolute
Garoppolos?
beast.
What's the name of your team? Come on,
The Wall
man.
Street Hustlers.
I don't mean to be rude. We've got something we've got to take care of after this. What do you guys got going on today?
Yeah.
Oh goodness!
No, that is rude.
First of all,
considering how few of these we have left.
couple more times. Let
Very
me answer that a couple more times the same way I always do. We have a show.
Oh, nice.
Hello?
We have a show coming up.
Glad we don't have to hear that no more.
You don't like that part? I mean, No, look, we want to get into the Draymond stuff. I also think underbelly thing that we have not, because of all the Warriors stuff on this station, we have not gotten to very much this week. There is some freaking collusion going on in the NFL at a high level, and it is straight bizarre. And I know that Jason La Canfora put the 49ers on the list of teams that should be going after Lamar Jackson. I think they're pretty low on that list compared to a lot of other teams. But when you look at the way the NFL works, the fact that teams are lined up around the corner to not go after Lamar Jackson, and you're selling that to us and people are buying it, absolutely unacceptable and ridiculous. And so we'll get into that as well.
It's going to be a lot of fun. Willard and Dibs coming up next. Have a good day, everybody. We'll be back tomorrow morning.